Yo, what's going on? Boxing Source here. In this video, we're going to go over the lightweight division. It seems like we've had a good amount of news to come through in reference to the lightweight division and fights that involve world champions, top contenders, notable fighters within the lightweight division. So let's get to it. First off, yesterday, we pretty much got word through Top Rank that Vasyl Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez will fight for the unified lightweight titles on September 19th. This fight has been, highly anticipated ever since Teofimo Lopez defeated Richard Commey for the IBF lightweight title in December last year at Madison Square Garden. They had, announced that Teofimo Lopez and Vasyl Lomachenko would fight, but they didn't necessarily have a set date for that fight to happen up to this particular point in 2020. But after all the whole thing with the pandemic going on, couldn't really get a set date anyway. But now that they have had, boxing events through Top Rank over in Las Vegas over the past couple of weeks, they have, been able to try to set dates for other fights later on down the line. And this particular fight is a very big fight in the lightweight division that will be set for September 19th, and that will be for the WBA Super Championship, the IBF Championship, and the WBO Championship. Yeah, we know that Vasyl Lomachenko is a WBC franchise champion. Of course, that fight will not have the WBC franchise championship on the line. So that is what it is in reference to that. Now, speaking of the WBC, they are involved a little bit in reference to the lightweight division. There was an announcement a couple of days ago that Jorge Linares will face Javier Fortuna on August 28th. And that fight between Linares and Fortuna will be for the WBC Diamond Lightweight title. You have Jorge Linares, who was a former world champion, did lose that championship to Vasyl Lomachenko. And he was originally slated to fight Ryan Garcia in July, but that fight didn't necessarily come to fruition or be official. So he is facing Javier Fortuna. Javier Fortuna is a top-ranked contender in the WBC rankings at lightweight. And it's fairly interesting because Javier Fortuna was kind of slated to be the guy to fight for the WBC lightweight championship. But this fight is the one that's taking place on August 28th, and that will be in the Fantasy Springs Resort Casino in Indio, California on August 28th. Then you also have the WBC announce that they will order a fight between Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia. Luke Campbell, a former world title contender, did lose to Vasyl Lomachenko for the WBC lightweight title at the time when it was vacant. He is now going to face, or could be facing, Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is there as a top contender there in the WBC rankings. He's there at number 3. Luke Campbell's there at number 2. Like I said, Javier Fortuna is there at number 1. And that fight, they're going to see if they can work to make that fight happen. And that would be a very interesting fight between those two fighters. Like I said, Luke Campbell, world title contender, did lose to Jorge Linares, did lose to Vasyl Lomachenko, and was a possible opponent for Devin Haney on a couple of occasions, but it didn't necessarily come to fruition. So he may be facing Ryan Garcia. That could put one of those guys in position to fight for a world title later on down the line. So you have those three fights: Vasyl Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. You have Javier Fortuna there going up against Jorge Linares, and you have Luke Campbell going up against Ryan Garcia. But that does leave the WBC champion, Devin the Dream Haney, there without an opponent. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Devin Haney as he is not now slated with an opponent. There's no Javier Fortuna available. There's no Luke Campbell available. He's been talking back and forth with Ryan Garcia. He's not available. So, maybe that could open the door for a particular fighter that is a world champion that could step up and take on Devin Haney at 135 pounds, but that remains to be seen. That's all I got for now. You can subscribe to the Boxing Source here on YouTube or catch the Boxing Source radio show live Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Or you could catch the podcast on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. On that note, folks, I'm out. Peace.